Wilbert E. Moore's Social Change Theory, Understanding How Societies Evolve. Wilbert E. Moore's theory of social change tries to help us understand how and why societies change over time. Social change is a huge concept that involves everything from shifts in family structures, economy, and government to changes in values, beliefs, and ways people interact. Moore approached this complex topic by focusing on how societies develop and evolve based on social needs, technological advancements, and economic growth. In simpler terms, he looked at what makes a society move forward or develop into something new. Moore's perspective on social change is fascinating because it helps explain both gradual transformations and rapid shifts in the ways that people live. Moore believed that every society has basic needs it must meet to survive and thrive. When these needs are met, the society can continue to function, and if they are not, society struggles. He saw these needs as fundamental driving forces behind why societies develop new technologies, adapt different economic strategies, or change social structures. The need for stability, for example, might push a society to develop new systems of governance or create laws that bring order and fairness. The need for resources might drive technological innovation or exploration. According to Moore, societies change as a response to these ongoing needs. Moore highlighted the importance of what he called differentiation, which is essentially how societies break into more specialized roles over time. In earlier, simpler societies, one person might have had many roles, being a hunter, a healer, a teacher. As societies grow and develop, these roles become specialized. For example, instead of everyone being responsible for food production, a community may have farmers, fishers, or hunters, each with a specific task. This specialization makes societies more complex and interconnected. Moore believed that this increasing differentiation is one of the main ways societies evolve. The more specialized the roles become, the more likely it is that the society will continue to develop new technologies, ideas, and institutions to support this complexity. According to Moore, technological progress is one of the strongest forces behind social change. Think about how much societies have evolved with the invention of the wheel, the printing press, electricity, or the internet. Each of these technological advancements reshaped societies, creating new job roles, changing how people communicated, and altering social values. Moore argued that technology does not just bring about change, it also demands change. For instance, when the internet became widely available, it did not just provide new information. It also changed how people worked, shopped, communicated, and even thought about privacy. In this way, Moore saw technology as pushing society forward by continuously offering new solutions to meet old and new needs. Economic growth is another critical factor in Moore's theory. Economic changes are deeply connected to social changes. When a society's economy grows, it often leads to improved living standards, better healthcare, and access to education. All these factors contribute to social stability, but they also create new needs and expectations. People begin to expect more from their society, like better jobs, fair wages, or healthcare. As the economy evolves, so do the social structures and institutions. For example, industrialization, which began in the 18th century, fundamentally changed the economy and led to major social changes as people moved from rural areas to urban centers. Family roles shifted, and governments created new laws to protect workers. Moore also believed that values and ideas are important in driving social change. People's beliefs about what is good, fair, or valuable guide how societies organize themselves. When these beliefs change, so does the society. For example, the civil rights movements around the world were driven by changing ideas about equality and human rights. As more people believed that every person deserves equal rights, societies started to pass laws that reflected this value. More argued that values are not fixed, they adapt based on the needs and circumstances of the society. When a society's values shift, it creates room for new laws, new customs, and new social norms, all of which contribute to social change. Moore's social change theory does not claim that all societies will always progress in a straight line. Instead, he believed that change can be irregular, with periods of rapid transformation followed by periods of stability. Some societies may resist change or may not adapt well to certain pressures, leading to conflicts or problems. For example, a society might struggle to accept new technologies or resist changes in values, causing tension between traditional and modern views. However, Moore believed that change is ultimately necessary, as it allows societies to adapt to new challenges, fulfill new needs, and find new ways of solving old problems. A fascinating aspect of Moore's theory is that he saw social change as a somewhat neutral process. In other words, change itself is not necessarily good or bad, it is just a part of how societies function and grow. While some changes bring about positive outcomes, such as increased rights or better healthcare, other changes can bring new challenges, such as pollution, inequality, or loss of cultural traditions. By focusing on why and how these changes happen, Moore's theory provides a framework for understanding that change is inevitable and that societies are constantly balancing between progress and the challenges that come with it. Moore's social change theory has had a significant impact on the field of sociology and has influenced how people think about development and progress. It has been used to study everything from small communities adapting to economic shifts to global transformations, driven by technological advancements. By understanding that societies are dynamic and continually responding to needs, Moore's theory gives us a lens to look at history, the present, and the future. Whether we are talking about the rise of digital technology, shifts in global economies, or changes in family roles, Moore's ideas help us see that social change is a constant, driven by a combination of needs, technologies, values, and economic forces. In summary, Wilbert E. Moore's social change theory offers a valuable framework for understanding how societies evolve over time. From the need to meet basic survival requirements to the push for technological advancement and economic growth, Moore saw social change as a natural and necessary part of human life. His emphasis on differentiation and specialization helps us see how roles within societies become more complex as they grow. At the same time, his focus on values reminds us that our beliefs about what is fair or valuable shape our institutions and laws. Although social change is sometimes chaotic or challenging, Moore's theory provides a reassuring perspective that these changes are part of how societies survive, adapt, and grow. Please remember to like and subscribe to our channel for more content on sociology and philosophy, as well as for discussions on theories that shape our understanding of society and human behavior. By staying connected, you will not miss out on any of our deep dives into the ideas that have influenced generations of thinkers and scholars. Thank you for your support, and keep exploring with us.